We're talking about consequences, not just on paper, but in hospital wards, on grocery lines, and in the everyday lives of millions. This is the hidden human cost of a policy designed to cripple a government, but which, tragically, ended up crippling an entire population. When the U.S. launched its maximum pressure against Venezuela, the target was clear: the regime of Nicolás Maduro. The tools were financial: freezing assets, blocking oil sales, cutting off the country from the global banking system. The goal was to squeeze the government until it collapsed. But here's the thing about financial sanctions. They're a blunt weapon. They can't distinguish between a corrupt official and a newborn baby in an incubator. Let me paint a picture of what that squeeze actually looked like on the ground. Imagine a surgeon in a Caracas hospital prepping for what should be a routine surgery. But the anesthesia machine is broken. Why? The manufacturer can't get paid because the bank transfer is blocked. A crucial spare part is sitting in a warehouse in Miami, but the company can't get a license to ship it. So, what happens? The surgery is postponed. Or, even more tragically, it's performed without proper anesthesia. This wasn't an isolated incident. It was a system-wide collapse. Over 70% of Venezuelan hospitals faced catastrophic shortages, not just of complex medicines, but of basic surgical supplies and even simple antibiotics. The electrical grid faltered constantly, leaving dialysis patients and premature babies in incubators at the mercy of sporadic, often unreliable generators. This policy didn't just target the government's wallet. It inadvertently targeted the sick, the vulnerable, the people who needed help most. And the same story played out with food. Venezuela imports nearly all of its food. But with the country essentially locked out of the international financial system, how do you pay for a massive shipload of rice or powdered milk? You can't. Letters of credit vanished. Shipments were abandoned at ports. The result? Hyperinflation that made a month's salary completely worthless in a matter of days. Store shelves sat empty, a stark testament to the broken supply chain. The diet of the average Venezuelan shrank dramatically, both in quantity and vital nutrition. Child malnutrition soared to heartbreaking levels. Now, it's absolutely true that defenders of this policy will point to the regime's own corruption and mismanagement as the root cause of the crisis. And they're right. The corruption and mismanagement were profound, acting like a slow-burning fire. But the sanctions? They acted as an accelerant, pouring gasoline on that fire, taking an already dire situation and making it catastrophic for ordinary people. The hidden cost of this policy is measured in the millions who were forced to flee their homes and country, in the patients who tragically died from treatable diseases, and in the countless children who went to bed hungry night after night. It's a stark, powerful lesson in modern statecraft. When you unleash financial warfare on a government, it's the civilians who live behind the lines who ultimately pay the highest price. The target was the throne, but the arrow, unfortunately, landed in the kitchen, the local pharmacy, and the hospital bed. It's a reminder that every action has consequences, and sometimes those consequences hit hardest where they're least intended. Thank you for listening to this important discussion. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into critical global issues. Your support helps us bring these stories to light.